Hello, dear viewers, I would say that the horsepower war is over in the automotive field. And the management war continues. Cars like the Audi RS5 Coupe and Sportback with the Competition Plus package and Porsche's stunning new GT3 RS that we've driven over the past few weeks suggest a paradigm shift is coming in the performance car business. In an era of modern EV technology where almost anyone can build a 2000 horsepower car so powerful that it will rip your guts out with a 0 to 60 time, internal combustion engines are developing. It's a zero-sum game, with more and more power to provide marginal improvements in acceleration times and top speed at the 2023 Lamborghini Urus Performante, which is scheduled to arrive in the US before the end of the year and will be priced from $260,676, is the newest harbinger of this trend. The Urus Performante's 4.0-litre twin-turbo V8 develops just 15 more horsepower than the regular Urus powerplant, and the same torque. The fact that it's 0.3 of a second faster to 60 miles per hour and 1.3 seconds quicker to 124 miles per hour than the regular Urus has more to do with its slight reduction in weight, better traction, faster and smoother gear shifts, and improved aerodynamics. The whole point of the Urus Performante is not how much quicker it is than the regular Urus in a straight line, it's how much quicker it is through the corners. The mission was to make this the best driver's car in the segment, Lamborghini Chief Technical Officer Reuven Moore said. And that was about how the car involves the driver in the driving experience. That's why Lamborghini spent most of the Urus Performante's engineering development budget on the chassis. The first step was to ditch the height-adjustable air suspension in the regular Urus in favor of steel springs and magnetorheological shocks whose compression and rebound rates could be made softer or firmer depending on which drive mode was selected. In air suspension you have rubber and compressed air, so you have non-linearities in the way the suspension behaves, Moore explained. With steel springs, you always have predictable, linear behavior. And that means the shocks can be precisely tuned to enhance the superior body control the steel springs deliver, and the car can be fitted with tires that respond much more quickly to lateral inputs and loads. There are no race cars on the planet with air suspension because from the dynamic point of view, it's not the right choice, said Moore, who has a PhD in numerical mechanics, a delectable fleet of performance machinery in his personal garage, and who used to build and drive drift cars for fun. If you speak about the best interaction of the car with the driver from a sporty point of view, there is no way around steel suspension. The massive 17.3-inch front, 14.6-inch rear carbon ceramic brakes are unchanged, but the Urus Performante's standard 22-inch wheels can be fitted with a new, grippier high-performance Pirelli P0 Trofeo R tire, 285/40 up front and 325/35 at the rear. That's been specially developed for the car and is available as an option. Sharp-eyed enthusiasts will be able to spot the go-fast poseurs by the optional 23-inch wheels on their Urus Performance. Those dubs are not available with Trofeo R tires. As before, the 4.0-litre twin-turbo V8, which makes 656 horsepower at 6,000 revolutions per minute and 627 pounds-to-foot of torque from 2,300 revolutions per minute to 4,500 revolutions per minute, drives through an 8-speed automatic transmission. However, the transmission has been reprogrammed to be smoother and more responsive, especially in manual mode, and sends drive to all four wheels through a torsion center differential that's been set up to send more torque to the rear axle under acceleration. The new hood of the Urus Performante is made of carbon fiber, part of a weight reduction program, that includes a titanium exhaust, lightweight interior trim, forged alloy wheels, and an optional carbon fiber roof. The Viper green shown here is the Urus Performante's hero color, though Lamborghini will paint one pretty much any shade you desire. The visible carbon fiber treatment on the hood is an option. Inside, black Alcantara with a new hexagonal stitching design on the seating is standard, with leather available as an option. Other options include the extension of the Performante trim on the doors, roof lining, and seat backrests, as well as matte carbon fiber and red door handles. New, dedicated Urus Performante graphics feature on both the central screen and the dash. New for the Urus Performante is Rally Mode, which specifically sets up the chassis to enable the big Lambo to dance down a gravel road like a rally racer. Among other things, the damping and compression rates of the shocks are softened below those of the Strada setting to allow the Performante to move on its springs much more to help initiate cornering response and enhance traction on loose and rough surfaces. If you're used to pitching a Subaru Impreza sideways on gravel or snow, you'll notice a little extra movement from the rear of the Urus Performante that will rotate the car further than you perhaps wanted or needed. That's the rear wheel steering and torque vectoring at work. It's designed to help non-expert drivers who typically continue to turn into a corner when their car starts to slide rather than open the steering as they go to power, says more. If the car understands they want to initiate a drift, then they only need to be brave and push the throttle, he said. The rest is managed by the car. If you are a pro driver and you are trained to drift with cars without control systems, then you have to rethink a little bit. Best of all, the driver is at the core of that performance differential. The Urus Performante's support technologies will help you out when needed, but the fundamental chassis setup allows drivers of all abilities to explore their own limits, and the limits of the car, with confidence. Sure, it'll take more effort to match a pro driver's time on a track than in a straight line, where, these days, equaling the factory 0 to 60 number requires little more than mashing the gas and holding on. But surely that's the whole point of driving. More power is not always more fun, Moore said. The Lamborghini Urus Performante proves the point. It only has a little more power than the regular Urus, but it's a whole lot more fun to drive.